following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbb-radio.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Isabelle.
And I'm Nicole, Isabelle's mom, and welcome to another episode of the Mom and Daughter Disney Dreamers podcast. And we're so excited for this episode. We're back. We're back from Disney World.
We're back from Disney, yes. We're super excited.
Yes.
We are going to be giving you guys a little bit of a report on our vacation.
Yes, and this is the first of many recaps.
Yes.
This one is going to be more of overall highlights, and then we're going to do some episode breakdowns.
Yeah, many episodes to follow of restaurant, hotels, a bunch of different things. But it wasn't just us two on vacation.
No.
We had another person, so
Yes.
we can't give you guys a report without having someone here. So,
Welcome back, Rick.
three-timer.
I'm back. Wow, yeah, but it's my third time. Awesome.
Yes,
awesome.
yes.
3 times a charm.
My
Yeah.
husband, Isabel's dad, Rick. So welcome back to another episode of our podcast. And we'll do a family recap of our trip.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
stay, watch, have fun, and
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah, and be sure to, follow along on our Instagram and Facebook if you haven't already, because we have put some clips already on there while we were in Disney World, and we'll be putting more in the upcoming weeks and months ahead. But as we begin every episode, we'll start with our quote book, the official Walt Disney quote book. So Walt himself, here we go, mine is... So, but love, they say, can work miracles, and a miracle can make a story. And then there's another short one on this page, so I'll read that one too. I have a great love of animals and laughter. And we certainly saw that on this trip.
Yes. And then mine is... I started actually to make my first animated cartoons in 1920. Of course, they were very crude things then, and I used sort of little puppet things. So, very nice. I'll set that right there so everyone can see that.
Yeah,
And
so got that book on Amazon. We'll include the link in the show notes. So
Yes.
I do want to give a shout out to a certain small shop owner, Magical Mania Ears. So the lovely owner, the ears that Isabelle and I are wearing, were gifted to us for our trip. We love them. Thank you so much.
Actually had Daisy and Minnie sign them. So it's like a little cute little thing.
Yeah,
And
So Magical Mania Ears, they were gifted to us.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. We took some cute pictures holding them up. While at Epcot, we were wearing our Daisy shirts, which we bought on Amazon.
Yeah, we were all matchy that day.
Yeah, we were all matchy. Rick, you were Donald Duck that day. And so, yes, thank you again. Magical Mania Ears will include a link to her website, so be sure to check it out. So, should we just start with day one, or maybe backtrack on why this trip was important? Recap that a little bit.
Yeah,
real quick?
I feel like we kind of just all wanted to go.
Maybe two of us more than the
two
other.
beats one. So, but yeah.
Yeah, no, we were celebrating some special things, right? So, our 50th birthday, which is coming up, which we didn't really focus on as much as I thought we would while on vacation. Like, we did get our buttons, but we didn't really wear them. We just we'll wear it next time. We'll wear it on the next park day. And then we ended up not really wearing them, and I don't really know why, but we just didn't. So we didn't really focus on it as much, but that was certainly a highlight for the year, because we are, even though someone doesn't want to admit it over there, that he's turning 50 later this year in November, and I'm turning 50 in August next month at the time of this recording. But And then Isabel is entering high school in
Yeah,
September.
I was celebrating
and-
finishing middle school, starting high school. So yeah, that was nice. So bunch of different little things.
And we haven't been in a couple years, and it was really time to have
yeah,
that
the last
family
time we went,
quality
I think,
time.
was 2024.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah.
So long ago, 2024.
Oh,
It's
geez.
been like 2 years.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
so yeah, we can go
So,
ahead and start
yeah.
the trip.
Yeah.
So
So we stayed at Saratoga Springs
Yeah.
Resort, and it was the first time that we ever stayed there.
we're
What
gonna.
what did you both think? We can talk more about.
Yeah, we're gonna have a whole separate episode about the hotel, but we can talk a little quickly about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Saratoga Springs, we were throwing around ideas for hotels and looking at prices and things like that. And I think the person that was helping us was able to get us like a special deal because we were Disney Plus subscribers. So Saratoga Springs was actually one of those deluxe hotels that was came in like a lot. The cost came in a lot less than even. It was actually pretty close to even some of the All-Star ones or things like that. The family ones, which again, I don't have an issue with. I feel like the longer you stay, you maybe want like a resort, a better, a little bit or a better hotel. So I had mixed feelings about Saratoga. I mean, I read a lot of stuff about it. I know it's kind of like it's Disney, but it's not Disney in a way
Yeah.
because it's not like like in your face thrown
Right.
all the theming and things like that. I actually liked it pretty much. I liked the it was quiet. All the things there was a couple things here and there. And it is a big resort.
It's
and,
very.
Very.
and I think we got kind of lucky with where
Yes.
our room was because I think that would have made a much different impression on
Different
me if we had
experience.
if we were on a different bus loop or further away from the main area or the main pool or things like that. So I think we got lucky with where we were. So
We weren't in a
definitely-
preferred building, but we were like next door to the preferred building,
Yeah.
so we were super close to like the main clubhouse for
Yes.
food, and also really close to the.
We were
the
right near
buses.
the buses. It's definitely more like relaxing. There's not many kids with like a big family that stay there, so it's more calmer and it's a very beautiful resort. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So on that first night, we did not have. We got up very, very early. So what time did we set the alarms?
3 a.m.
3 a.m. And we were.
And you guys got up at what 9 a.m.
Why? We were fine.
No, we're ready to go. When we are at Disney World,
I feel like we didn't really leave till almost 4 though. I'm kind of confused about how that happened.
Well,
we woke up at 3 and then
we gotta make sure everything's someone has to bring down the luggage and things like that and make sure.
Well, anyways, so yeah, our plane took off at like we started boarding around
6
6.
o'clock,
yeah. And we flew Southwest. No problems with the flight airline. We got to Orlando's main airport, MCO, and we did do Mears transportation, which we've done before, and I still miss the old Disney transportation where we don't have to lug our luggage all around the airport and not have to worry about that. I'm hoping someday they'll bring that back. They are actually doing a trial run of that with certain resorts, but ours was not part of that trial. We took Mears, and the ride was about 30 minutes or so to Saratoga Springs, and
Our room was ready.
Our
so
room
that
was
was
actually
really
ready.
nice.
early.
Yeah, they do a great job of that stuff, having the room right before it's supposed to be. Very nice room, so we hung out in the room for a little bit,
Yeah, we got
unpacked.
settled, unpacked.
Yeah, and
set everything
then
up.
we
and-
had dinner
right. We did.
at the Wilderness Lodge Hotel, Snow White.
Yes, the famous Snow White
that's-
dinner that we've talked about previously.
That's like a tradition. Every time we go, we always have to do that. Everyone agrees. It is definitely our favorite restaurant. So you can see the characters Snow White, Dopey, Grumpy, and the Evil Queen. We're going to do a whole separate episode about restaurants. We don't want to get into that much, but it was an amazing experience.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'll do it again.
Absolutely. And what do you think, Rick?
I
You
was-
look like you want to say something.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking like the this isn't something you probably thought about, but this is the first trip where you're considered an adult.
Me?
Age-wise, as far as like dinners and things like that. Cost, yeah. So all the dinners, like those character dinners, like you were no longer a kid or could order from the kid menu. You were the adult, like So obviously it's a little more expensive, but it was interesting to see, like some of the food like you had and things like that, like. You're used to like chicken fingers or things like that. And,
I did get chicken fingers a lot.
They're throwing you like a prime rib or something like that. I remember
great.
What was the food that you got? Oh, you got like a chicken. Like
I got chicken. I got some roasted potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
the appetizers like shrimp and things like that.
Those meatballs were
there were
amazing.
meatballs.
Yeah.
And what was the tip that you read that you could order more?
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't.
You can order
because
more.
of the price difference, I want to make sure we got our money's worth. So though, unfortunately, we ordered too many appetizers, and then by the time the actual the entree came, we didn't eat most of it. But
it was amazing. You can do the same with desserts. You can still if you can ask, can I have another gooseberry pie thing, and they'll give it to you. So it doesn't need to be the whole dessert, but So
and I'm so glad that we were able to lock in for that dinner, because a few weeks prior, Wilderness Lodge was actually like shut down because they didn't have proper air conditioning. So the dinner reservations were canceled. They were transferring guests to other resorts. So we lucked out and we were able to have the dinner, which I'm so happy, which was amazing. Yeah.
So that was that.
And then we took the boat. No, we took the bus. Then
Disney
from Wilderness
Springs.
Lodge to Disney Springs. We took an Uber or Lyft over from the resort and
Snow
then
White
to the Snow White dinner, and then we
took the transportation bus to Disney Springs, because the Saratoga Springs Resort is right next to Disney Springs. So that's very nice.
Right.
We hopped on the boat at Disney Springs, and we literally right there, Saratoga Springs. That was very nice and relaxing. So yeah, that was our first day. Very nice.
And then our first park day, we were there from July 7th through the 15th. So then that we arrived on a Tuesday. So then Wednesday we did
Magic Kingdom. Yeah, very fun.
Rope drop that was
rope drop Space Mountain. I got her. Everyone, I kept saying to everyone, she's gonna ride Space Mountain, and I got her. I told her, you're riding Space Mountain because you said for the podcast you would. So, Mother, what is your thoughts?
I mean, I'm glad I did it. Yeah.
But did you like it? Would you do it again? What are your thoughts here?
As long as the roller coaster doesn't go upside down, I think I would do it.
You would do it again?
What?
Well, we did do it a second time, and you didn't.
And you didn't do it.
Well, why didn't I? I think I was done.
Folks, you hear it first. She'll do it again. So.
Well, we'll see. But, I mean, it wasn't my favorite. I prefer other roller coasters at Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yes, you were saying we rope dropped.
Yep.
So what time is that?
So we'll start. We had lightning lanes. So like for each park, there's actually the lightning lane system is interesting now because you can get like a whole day lightning lane. It's called, I can't think of the name of it, but it's
the different tiers.
You can ride every single ride guaranteed. You don't have to set the timer. That's like something like $400 a person, and we were looking at that, and I'm like, the other lightning lane is expensive to begin with, but like I think for Disney Magic Kingdom's made $29 a day for each person, so you're looking at $100 a day compared to like what would have been $700 or $600 just to guarantee you can ride every ride. But we've done pretty well on the lightning lanes and things like that, so we stayed with the regular one, and that's a whole different discussion. But it's like different tiers, and it's a lot of, like I was trying to tell you too, like you just trying to figure out how we're getting to what. And the one thing, like I wanted, the main rides we wanted to get there were Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, Tiana, Snow White, the Snow White roller coaster, and then we opted. We weren't worried about Tron this time. We went on Tron last time, so Tron wasn't in the
we didn't ride Tron at all this time.
But it would have been hard to get all that stuff done along with everything else. So I wanted to rope drop Space Mountain, which I thought was a good choice. We got there. We were on like one of the first rides. I think they even let us in. Like usually it's 8:30. They let us in a little bit earlier. I think we were off the ride by 8:30. went to a couple different things.
Yeah.
So
And we had that experience at the other parks too, where they kind of like let you in.
I think we had a really good morning. Like we got a lot done before like 1 o'clock, and then we started getting a little later in the day. It was really hot, and just like anything, that's where people say, go back to your resort and go, take a rest and things like that, which we never do.
No.
I think there's pros and cons against it, but since we were only at Magic one day, and it was, the forecast did call for possible rain later in the day. I didn't want to go back and then come back and get rain. So we kind of stuck it out and stayed, and it was a good day. We did everything I think we wanted to do at Magic.
I will say Magic was probably the busiest day of everything because we only had one day where all the other parks we kind of like took it a little bit easier, but there was a lot to do at Magic. There's a lot of rides, a lot of characters to meet.
So want to get those photos in and things like that.
And speaking of photos, we did do the photo pass, which we traditionally do, and we, as a family, we recommend that to others. Even if you've been to the parks before, it's a great experience, and then you have so many photos. I guess that's the down part. You have so many to go through and to save and which ones to keep and everything, but you have access to those photos. That you own them. So, they're yours, obviously for a fee, which was about how much, Rick?
Oh, you don't know?
Do share. I'll look it up.
I think Photo Pass was maybe $180. Around that.
Yeah. It's less than $200. I know that.
Yeah.
It's between $150 and $200.
Yeah, so it's about $180. I think it's worth it. We have so many. I saw a lot of things on TikTok, and a lot of people have ways to save money, and a lot of people saying the Photo Pass isn't worth it, but I don't know, for us I feel it is. It captures the argument is well, you can have them take they're professional photographers, you hand them your phone and they'll take a picture, and I get that. I don't know, I feel like there's it's more of those special moments, there's a lot of pose shots and things like that. I feel like it's the more when you first see when she first goes to a character and they're giving her a hug, or there's a quick dance or something like that, and they capture that stuff. And I've been going through them the last few days trying to consolidate them and cut out duplication, things like that. And there's a lot of good shots that I don't even remember, and a lot of them aren't the ones that you're just pose standing there. It's those. Yeah. So I always feel it's worth it. Again, when you're spending thousands of dollars and you add $180, I get there's ways you need to cut back and things like that, but that's something where I feel is worth it.
Right.
Yeah, if you actually do the pose, you go and take the pose in front of the castle, then it is worth it. You actually have to do it. If you don't, then it's probably not worth it.
And we have so many memories through the years, especially as you've aged, whether with characters or in front of the castle. I find it's worthwhile. And speaking of the castle, it's gorgeous. The new renovated paint.
Do you like it more now?
I did like the pink and the blue, but this is
different.
So classic. I love it. Yeah, it's very I don't know. To me, it's very symbolic of what the castle is, and it's strong, and I don't know. I just the deep blue I love, and I'm not always a fan of a lot of blue tones. I don't wear clothing wise blue apparel, but that blue is just it's just rich and strong, and I don't know. It's just classic. So I love seeing the castle. We were able to get some shots of the castle, which we'll put on the screen, of just the castle without a lot of people in front, and that's one of the benefits of rope dropping too, because you can get those photos. And then there were some other times too that during the day that we were able to get some good shots and different angles. Now, I don't think they were doing the stage show on the castle. We didn't see that. I believe they're still renovating the stage part. So we did not see that stage show that they've done in the past.
We did catch the parade that they do. It was, I think we catched it right in the beginning. We actually got a pretty decent spot, at least me and you. What is it? Just parade? What's it called?
I forget the official name of the parade, but it's their daytime.
Yeah, it's
parade.
very nice. And
Yeah, it was fun, and I actually went live on our Instagram for it, and it's saved on our Instagram if you want to check it out. We saw the characters, the Daisy, Donald, Minnie,
Goofy.
and Goofy.
That was very fun.
Under the circus tent, so we did that. Do you want to talk about Enchanted Tales?
So
Enchanted Tales
That's
of Belle.
where the days start going downhill. A little bit.
yeah.
Oh.
So every time we usually go, I always get cast as the Beast. I was like perfect. I was like normal height. I had the features. I was a cute child. And it's a tradition to do it, and it's just a tradition that. The thing is that we're ready for it. We know when my father needs to march.
Yeah.
I know when I have to do the roar. My mother knows when she has to do her.
So
So we should back up.
Yeah,
So this is a
let's
show.
talk about that.
This is a
Yes.
special show. It's it's an attraction, but it's a show and Beauty and the Beast themed, and it's like you're in Belle's. It's like a little play that,
Yeah.
where it's like
It's like you're
reenact
surprising Belle.
the night they fell in love or whatever, and they cast members from the audience there. So they usually it's the kids. They come in. They get the adults stay in the back, and most of the kids get a part. So there's like different parts of.
Yeah.
You can play the Beast, or you play Maurice,
Mrs.
or
Potts and
things
shit.
like that.
Mrs. Potts, it could
And
be a little play.
you had quite the streak. You used to love it, and we went there. And
It
it's
was
only like a
amazing.
15-20 minute wait, so
No.
it wasn't air conditioned. It's one
Yeah.
of those escapes. You had a streak going where I think you hit maybe about 6 times in a row. You got to be the Beast, which is basically like you dressed up. They give you like a little cape, and there's a part where Belle's talking, and the Beast comes up from behind and goes "Rawr," and then at the end you get to a little dance with
Belle,
her.
and she talks to you.
Yeah, so it's a big probably the most the biggest role.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
You hit it like at least 5-6 times in a row, and
Yeah.
back from since you were like 7 years old and started time you went. But I also think we cheat a little bit because we
Yeah,
most people
we know when to
first
do
time.
it.
We know
exactly,
when to-
So
Perform.
I'm usually the Beast. He's usually a soldier man,
Or
and
the armor.
the armor,
whatever.
Yeah,
suits
And
of
then
armor.
she's the wardrobe, which
Yeah.
the wardrobe doesn't even really have a part.
Yeah.
Like she's
No.
just kind of there.
But yeah, so the
So-
downside this time though that we went
I
the
didn't,
first time,
and I had told them before. I said to them, you know what? I don't think I'm probably gonna get it because there's a bunch of little kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taller now. Even if I wear my blue Belle shirt, I
Yes.
had my ears
You look
on.
super cute.
So
Yeah.
we go in, I do my roar, and I
Another-
can't even hear the girl that does the roar. And the second time, you could not hear her. I was so
We
mad.
actually did the Enchanted Tales of Belle twice.
Gave her a
Yes.
second shot.
My
at it.
mother was the wardrobe, though. I was Maurice. So you do get to talk to
Yeah.
Belle, though. Like, she asks you, where's,
Where's Papa?
Yeah, but that first one, you were giving that girl like the evil eye a lot.
Oh.
I remember I had to talk to you afterwards because I was a little disappointed and that
I
you
was-
got to be happy for other people too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You've had many years like that, and you're right. Like they cater toward like the little kids. They want
Oh,
that
definitely.
cute little picture of like a little
Mm-hmm.
5 or 6 year old or 7 year old, doing a rah, not someone who's almost taller than Belle, who has more hair than the
but
Beast.
this,
and-
okay.
Hey, be nice over there. You're not coming back.
Yeah. The second time, though, we did it, I got Maurice again. But the Beast, she didn't roar.
No, she was wearing a cute little Pluto hat though. That's why.
Yeah.
And at that point, I knew that's what because like they was looking at that girl from the start, and the girl in the audition, she didn't even roar. And then she's like, "Do you want to try it again?" And she she didn't even look your way. I knew you were doomed there, but
Yeah.
And
know,
the
that- that's
girl,
a
she
great
didn't even roar. She went,
experience.
roar.
No matter what part you get, though, whoever gets a part gets actually a professional photo taken
Yeah.
with Belle. So
Yeah.
regardless of which part you get, you still get a really nice photo. You still got a photo with Belle, no matter what age. So it
I
was,
thought we
it
were
was
going to go a
super
third
nice.
time, to be honest with you. And then-
I know we were tempted to do it a third time, but
It's fine, because if I
time
don't
ran
get it
out.
a second
What?
time, I'm not going to get it a third.
yeah, I think it closed down.
Well,
'cause,
but
like,
I think we would still do it again just for the experience. At least I think we would, because
the
it's
next
just
time.
tradition. And even if you don't get a part, it's just fun.
I would put
to
it
be a
lower on
part
the
of it.
priority list, but hopefully the next time, by the time we go, if we go again,
Yeah.
there'll be some of these other
What's
things
happening
open
here?
and things to do because that goes back to my whole thing is like magic wasn't one of those things that there's a ton new to do and I
There's definitely we saw the construction for the new Cars Land, and then which ride did we see? It was one of the roller coasters. You could see it further back behind
Was
Tiana's
it at
Bayou.
Magic?
Yeah, where the villains land will be there. So it's in the works. There's things in the works.
Definitely.
And Cars Land, I think will be done. Maybe I think it would definitely be done on time, if not sooner,
Yeah.
because they had a lot happening, a lot going on. Some other highlights from Magic Kingdom. We did the traditional things, like we did the Mickey's PhilharMagica, which we think should be called Donald's.
That's not even what it's called to begin with. It's
Phil Magic, Mickey's PhilharMagic. I'm looking at a picture right here,
I'm
Mister.
just saying it's you just have Magica or something.
Whatever. Be quiet.
I do want to say I have now went on every single Disney
Oh,
ride.
that was
Yes,
a big ride.
highlight
So
that.
We finally got what was that?
Astro Orbiter.
Astro
Me and
Orbiter.
my father went on it. So me and my mother, we're going to do a separate episode. We're getting every single Disney ride. That'll
we
be
are.
later. But I went on every single ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was great. I'm very proud of myself.
Did
now.
you like the ride?
Yeah,
We
it
didn't
was
really
okay.
talk
I
about
mean,
it.
It was interesting.
You know,
We kind of were.
We wanted to go on there. That's not something you were afraid to go. It just never happened because it's
Yeah.
always, first of all, it's like one of the higher rides at Disney. It's on the open, so anytime there's like lightning or thunder in the area, it's immediately shut
I remember
down.
like there was one time where we were like about to go on the
We
elevator
we
and
went up
No,
the
we
elevator.
were on the
on
elevator,
platform ready to go.
Oh,
we
we
were
were?
at the next ride and they shut it down. And,
Yeah.
It never. We had extended hours one time and never opened. Like there's been a lot of like the Halloween party. I think we were there.
Yeah.
We just never got. So you got it this time. It wasn't the greatest ride in the world, but at least you could say now you've done.
It's
everything
not that high
at
up.
Disney.
very proud of myself.
That was kind of cool. We got some cool pictures from that. I took a couple selfies and things like that, and then the thing started tipping a little bit to the left, and I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" So you put the phone away.
Oh.
But
We did get the famous lantern photo
finally
at
got your lantern
Rapunzel's
photo,
lantern photo. We almost didn't get it because typically it's right in the bathroom area. So if you've been to Magic Kingdom, you know poor Rapunzel. She doesn't have a ride. She doesn't have an experience, but she does have a bathroom area, and it's beautiful with the beautiful murals on the building walls and the lanterns. And typically the photographer is stationed over there. But they weren't. But then
Yeah,
we were
and-
sitting there for a while, just thinking, well, maybe they'll come up. But then you happened to see it.
Yes,
It was-
I found it for you. And
Thank you.
I was like, wait, that's the lantern photovers. We all rushed over there, and
Yeah.
I was like, you're welcome. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
so-
spotted a giant lantern from across
Hey, no one else had
So
spotted
it's like
it.
stationed like behind the benches.
Well, it was
where
hidden away because it was thundering and lightning.
Yeah.
So,
So I don't know if they're always over there or
everybody's
not.
No,
gotta be
they're
on the
not.
open. They just can't be
Yeah.
taking pictures, and that's a way of keeping the pictures. Because we did have some weather for the whole trip. I mean, I don't think the weather was that bad, but we that night it was weird because it didn't rain, but it was thundering and lightning a lot, so it canceled like the night shows.
Yeah.
And we actually had supposed to have extended hours that night, like until like 1:00, and we once we were done at like 9:00, we kind of left, and
Yeah.
so that was a little bit of a downer. But I mean, I think for all in all, that the first day was really well. It was like we're the people that are like in the parks for 14, 15 hours. So
The one thing, like you were saying, what that was affected by the weather was the nighttime parade that I really, really wanted to see. And you guys I think we're going to go do something else. And
Yeah.
then, and I found a spot to see the nighttime parade, and then a big announcement came over, like their PA system, that because of the weather, it wasn't raining, but it was like thundering, lightning. The nighttime parade was, canceled, and stay tuned for the 11 o'clock because it was going to air, or not air, but do it again at 11. Then the fireworks were supposed to start at 10. And then that kept getting delayed. So I don't know if that got canceled or not. We ended up going into a couple of the shops on Main Street, and then we left. So I don't know if the fireworks actually occurred, or even the nighttime parade at the 11 o'clock time slot. So that was a little disappointing that we didn't get to see that.
but
But
yeah.
yeah, but Stir, a great day at Magic. It was
very good.
really enjoyable, and you guys got your Dole Whip during the day at some point. So
the next day,
next
was
day
Animal Kingdom.
Which we purposely, like, we planned, the way we planned it was we thought we'd be at Magic long. We wanted to go to a smaller park, easier park the next day, or take a break, which we decided to do animals. To me, animals just as expected. It was a really easy park. We got, I enjoyed it, but there's not a ton to do. There was a couple newer things that we did. The Zootopia show was probably the highlight. That was nice.
Did we do it twice?
Yeah.
We did.
Right.
Yeah,
we did it twice, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's
We went
fun.
on Mount Everest. We didn't go into the Pandora area again. Nicole's really not into that kind of stuff, and we're really not into Avatar that much. Isabel and I have done the ride before a couple times. We didn't feel the need to do it this time, so we actually were able to bypass that whole section of the park, which is to cut out a lot of walking because Dino Land's no longer there. So we basically kept to that. That I think it's whatever Discovery Island, and then Africa and Asia, those areas. So it kind of like cut a third of the park, which was nice after walking all day and things like that.
Right.
I enjoyed Animal.
We did Mount Everest twice. We did Caliber Rapids.
Yep.
And then we did Better Together, Zootopia, Better Zoo Together show. We did it twice.
Yes, we met Judy Hopps and Nick, which was a very long line.
That was like the trap that we always run into, that one ride or one character trap.
Yeah,
for you
something
guys,
that was cool that we did do was we met all like 6
Yeah, it was the
characters.
first
We
time.
met
Yes.
So Mickey and Minnie were together, Daisy and John were together, and Goofy and Pluto were together. But we still met all 6 of them.
I think it's the only time in the park you've ever met all 6. Like,
And you don't
in one
normally
park.
find Donald and Daisy together, which was super cute. Yeah. And Mickey and Minnie were inside in their safari outfits.
Yeah, they're all in their safari outfits.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cute.
The one thing that was new that we did at Animal Kingdom was the gorilla trail. Because I really wanted to do
There's
that.
like
I read
2
about
girls.
It's not new. They always have those
Well,
trails.
it was
we just
new to
kind of
us.
Ignore that. Yeah.
Right. It was new to us. And by the way, we did not do the safari. We've done it before.
Yeah.
And plus, who knows how Mania are gonna be out right now? It was
Yeah.
hot. So
Yeah, and you run that risk of seeing certain animals or not. But what was new to us was the gorilla trail. And I don't know if I was disappointed. It just wasn't what I was expecting. So I expected more gorillas, and they had maybe 3 or 4, I believe. The one cast member was super knowledgeable. She shared a lot of information. I stood there a while and listened to what she was sharing. There was like even a special like on Disney Plus to learn more about the gorillas there. But then they had other items along the trail. They had some other animals along the trail. So I don't know if I would do that again. Maybe if they added more gorillas, maybe I would. But it was just something to try.
Yeah.
And something we hadn't done before.
It was okay.
So
And then we ate a very delicious cookie bar dough
ice cream.
cream.
Ooh,
It was
so good.
amazing. So there was cookie dough,
Brownie.
ice cream, brownie, sandwich. It was literally, I could go on for right now. It's so good.
Yeah, it's one of those things that has gone viral on the internet, on Instagram, TikTok. A lot of people, in the beginning, it was like a really long line to get it. We waited, minutes, because now there's 2 spots at Animal Kingdom that you can get it.
I don't think we even
You
waited.
shared one, and then I had
You
my
had
own.
one. But yeah, it was very good. I definitely recommend if you're going to Disney and going to Animal Kingdom, get that. It's refreshing. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
delicious.
and then we went back to the resort. We weren't there all day at
Yeah,
Animal
it closed
Kingdom.
at 6. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only
Yeah.
stayed till about like 4.
Yeah, and to us it's a half-day park. We got there a little bit later, and we
Yeah.
went back, and that's when you swam.
And
right?
I got to swim. It was very
We
nice.
hung out at the resort. I went and took some photos along the resort, and then the next day after that,
Was Epcot.
yes,
No, I think oh yes, Friday.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Yeah, that was Friday. And that's when we started our day and we had breakfast at Garden Grill. So we will talk more about that when we have
it was definitely an experience.
our episode where we highlight all our dining reservations. But a quick recap. You really wanted to do that character dining.
Yeah.
It was with Chip and Dale, Mickey, and
so there's
Pluto.
two main things you get to meet: Mickey, Pluto, Chip and Dale, and you don't really get to meet Chip and Dale a lot. So I wanted to meet them, and then it also like spins around, and
Yeah, the restaurant
slowly
rotates.
Yeah,
Slowly
Yeah.
and
rotates.
But
it oversees living with the land.
unfortunately, it wasn't working.
The rotation.
So I probably wouldn't do it again. The food was good.
Yes.
I don't want to like say too much because we're obviously gonna do a whole episode about it. But
It's served family style,
Yeah,
so that's
it's-
good to know.
it's a nice little place. It's fun, but
Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
think we're just not breakfast people. Like, we're
No.
not breakfast buffet people. We don't eat a ton for breakfast, So it kind of, for me, it was like, it was fine. But it, like, the whole day, like, it was like, I don't know, it was a lot. Like, it was,
You were-
like, it was full. Like,
Yeah,
the whole day.
yeah. You don't really need lunch then, or maybe just get like a
I
little
don't
snack.
think we did. Eat
Yeah.
lunch. I think we kind of
no, I think we
until-
just kind of got
yeah.
like a little snack.
Yeah. From there, I believe that's when we did Living with the Land. The two of you did Soarin'.
We did Soarin'.
Yeah, and what did you think of the new Soarin' experience? Because that was revamped.
I
Yeah.
like the end. It's. I like the end because you go into Epcot and you get to see.
I
don't
think that's
give
how
it
they
away.
all. I think that's how they all end.
Yeah.
I wasn't impressed with it.
No.
I didn't like it. I actually Soarin's funny because it's one of those rides I used to kind of be afraid of because I don't like open heights like that, and I used to like. I think there was a lot more movement. I would always kind of like get nervous like when I'm at, years ago. I would always get a little nervous on it. This year I
We
felt
were
like there was
in the
barely
front
any,
row and
there was
we
hardly
were
any
number
movement.
one.
There's a lot of times in the previous ones I feel like you're tipping more, like kind of
Yeah.
like shows like you're diving.
I don't know if
I
that's
know.
because like of the new Across America theme.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. I was
Soaring
a little
across
I'm not
underwhelmed,
very
but
impressed.
I don't know. I mean, I know people are like, "Oh, it's American. It's 250th." I get that. I get all that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of.
You prefer the other version?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like big on the ride, anyways. After you go on it a couple times, but
We only went on it once.
yeah, we usually but it was kind of like one of those burner lanes too.
We
so I
did
could
rope
book
drop
other
it, though.
things. We ended up rope dropping because we were early for Garden Grill.
Right.
And we had, our reservation was at 9. We got in at like 8:30, 8:40. So we ended up going, we ended up going on Soarin'.
Oh, yes.
while
You did
Mom
Soarin'
waited.
first and then.
And then,
Breakfast.
we were
Yes,
able
I
to.
waited for-
And the good thing, like with especially Lightning Lane, everyone always wonders is Lightning Lane worth it at Epcot? And it's really what you want to do.
I would say for some rides.
There's not that many big rides like at Epcot. So some people say you don't need Lightning Lane. You probably don't. I mean, but we don't like waiting. Like
I mean,
Well,
I would say like
I would say
Guardians,
Guardians
of the
and
Galaxy,
Remy's. Like, I can't
Test
believe
Track.
how long you can wait for Remy's. That's. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Remy's was a change this year, this time too with the
Yeah,
has a
so-
3D. I didn't notice. I mean, I know it's between 3D and 2D. Other than that, it's the same ride.
Right.
Yeah, so after breakfast we kind of just hit.
Yeah, we actually
some
did
of those-
Epcot this time twice, and then this first day when we did Garden Grill, we
hit all the smaller.
on the bigger rides, and then the
Yeah.
second day we kind
We
of
kind of did the country. So yeah, we did Journey of Water. We did it morning and daytime and nighttime. I love it. Nighttime better.
Yeah, it was
Same.
nice.
It wasn't like pitch black, but like we went around like 7, 8 o'clock.
yeah.
8-ish.
They have it lit up. It's really beautiful.
It's the Moana's newer area where
Yeah,
she's like
and you
all.
also get to meet Moana at certain times. So we did meet her on the first day, and they have it's very, as Disney does, it has a lot of attention to detail. The Moana's Journey of Water. So there's a lot that you can spend a great deal amount of time in there, and during the day there are more younger kids. At night there weren't as many. So it kind of depends on what kind of experience you want, and you can stay in there longer or
Yeah.
or shorter. But I really enjoyed that, and I really like the music too that they play overhead.
So we did all that.
Yeah.
We
You got
had,
to meet Belle in France.
Yes.
And she's dressed in her blue dress.
Mhm.
We did
We
other
did-
characters too.
We met Elsa and Anna.
Hmm
We
And Snow White at her
met
wishing well
Snow
in
White.
Germany.
We met Donald.
Yes, Donald Duck in Mexico.
I love Mexico Donald because, at least with me, he spends a lot of time with us because he's definitely
Yeah,
cool.
I like his. Yeah.
Yeah. Were there other highlights that you had for Epcot?
My highlight is we went on Guardians of the Galaxy.
Correct. Yeah.
And we got the song I wanted. It was only my father and I who went on Guardians. And there's 6 songs that you can pick from, and
You don't pick.
you don't pick it. It
randomly
randomly does it. And I wanted September, and we got September. So that was my highlight. We were front row. It was great.
Yeah, it was. Guardians is by far. It's always going to be
The best
until
roller
something
coaster,
else
I would
comes
say.
along. It's going to be the best ride. It's going to be what attracts all ages. Kids, adults. It's got that the theming. It's by far Disney's best ride.
Yeah.
Across all 4 parks, in my opinion.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I would say so too.
So we ate at Connections again at Epcot. I got my famous waffle that I've talked about before, which was
Yeah.
yummy, and you got...
I think I just got chicken fingers, I
Yeah.
got a burger and I didn't like it.
The second day we focused more on different foods, which we'll get to. But then...
The next day
was
was
a
our
rest day.
rest day.
Yeah.
We went to Disney Springs, and that day kind of started my pin trading because you bought me some pins that you knew I wouldn't want.
Yeah, so again, we've been going to Disney now since you were 4. Never before have you wanted to trade pins, and all of a sudden you decided you want to trade pins, and you have 2 pins, and you want both of them, so there's really nothing to trade.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought, well, instead, you can buy boxes of pins, so the pins are like the little, they're pins. So
Yeah.
And what they have is there are various spots around Disney. They have trading, so you can basically people come, they trade, they have the mini board, and they have all these pins, and you can basically take one of your pins and trade it with any pin that's on there.
I know, there's an Instagram people who I watch where they do specific challenges to find different pins. So if I see one that I want, I'll just take it.
Right.
So, and obviously you don't have to get the pin, but I started doing it. I brought they're just, I love doing it. You bought me 2 types of boxes.
Well, because I know you, so because there's all these different theme boxes. So I knew I bought you 2 boxes, and one of them it was themed. I knew you most likely you're gonna open and want them anyway. So
there was one that I traded.
So I purposely bought you. And I apologize to our producer for this, but I purposely bought you a Star Wars one because I knew you wouldn't like them and want to trade them. So I bought you a Star Wars, I don't know what it was, but I knew, it sounds like a waste of money, but it's ones that you could trade and get 2 ones that you actually like. So I've always, this goes back to when you were a kid and there was all the blind bags and LOLs and all that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Which I couldn't stand because we're spending, $8, $9, a package, and you might get a duplicate or or someone you don't like.
Yeah,
and it's
so
to me it's a waste. So the pins, I have a similar feeling toward it because it's you get them in a box, and if you don't, but the good thing about the trading is if you don't like the pins, then you can find ones you do. So that's cool. So I don't mind spending that money because then it's you end up trading a good 6, 7 pins for ones you actually like.
Yeah, so that started it, and then I bought a Haunted Mansion one where I traded both package of pins. So I got about 8 pins, new pins from it all, and it was very fun. I would probably do it again, and I would love to get
all the parks.
Yeah, you can do it at Disney Springs. They have some at the hotel. I would love to get a pin board and put all my pins on there. So or get the things that you can put your pins on. So
yeah.
So that was the day you were gonna go on the hot air balloon as well, but it was I don't know. I
There
didn't feel
was
any wind,
wind.
but there was wind. It was down all day, so you couldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's okay. We did it
Well,
last time.
we'll get there.
But then we
But-
went back and swam, and that was the
Yeah,
good
it was
rest
very
day.
fun. My mother.
Well, wait 1 second. We also spent some time at the Crystal store.
Yes.
I think I'm butchering the name. Some people say Erebus, but I think it's Arebus Crystals. And they have
Yeah.
3 stores. A large shop at Disney Springs, and then they have one at Epcot's Mexico, and then also Epcot's Germany. And we did a special video of where we made like these little miniature crystal jars, and
That
you
was
can pick
fun.
which colors.
You wish.
Yeah, and you can make a wish, and then the cast member like burns the wish in and closes up the little bottle, and you could do like a tiara, you could do a wand. There are some other options, but we did the little miniature glass
It's
jar.
only 20 each.
Yeah, so that was fun to do. And you guys got your candy apple at the one candy shop at Disney Springs, and then afterwards, like you said, we went back and hung out at the resort.
We got a cake pop.
Yeah, a cake pop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
didn't.
I don't know what you guys are laughing at. But then we just hung out at the resort, right?
Yeah. We went in the pool. I went on the slide.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun.
Nice, relaxing. It was a good break right in the middle. Like we
Yes.
had went to 3 parks. We were going to 5 total. It was a good break. We usually don't have a
'Cause
lot
we
of
did
break
Epcot
days,
twice.
but we stayed an extra day or two this time, and we had a couple breaks in there. So it was definitely a nice break. It was on a Saturday, which is funny because we were always, when you're in Disney, you're always like looking at the apps, the different times and things like that. And Isabel and I kept looking at the apps on Saturday, and it seemed like the crowds were down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then I actually saw some stuff later on like social media that it was like a lower attendance day for whatever reason, but for the most part it was we had good weather that day. It was, there was a brief wind that messed with the balloon, I guess, but
Yeah.
Yeah. The next day
Sunday
we did Hollywood.
Yeah.
And that's where Hollywood Studios. That's where pretty much everything is newer.
yeah, I feel like like that was the highlight for me because I feel like
Yeah,
so
that was
there's a funny, I always I showed you guys, but there's a funny meme or TikTok or something where it's like Disney, and it's a from Harry Potter, it's a Voldemort where he's like, from this day forward you choose to follow me, or you
Yeah.
I'm the leader. And I feel like I nailed Hollywood, like as far as like lightning lanes go and timing and everything like went perfect, and I felt like as the end I was like riding high on like, because
yeah,
usually
that was
Hollywood's a
honestly
disaster for
Hollywood
us.
was the day where we did everything we wanted to do.
Yeah, for various
We-
reasons, which we won't get too much into.
We
that
rope
was-
dropped
we
Mickey and
rope dropped
Minnie's.
at Mickey and Minnie, which you would think like most people were gonna rope drop Slinky or the new
Yeah,
new
we
Muppet
were
roller
one of
coaster,
the
but
first people on
Go
Mickey and
Rise.
Minnie's.
Yeah, but the way we did it is I had already gotten Slinky, and so it worked out where literally we rope dropped Mickey. We were on it again. They let us on early. We were off
Really
of it.
early, half an hour
we
early, I
went
think.
to we went to Toy Story Land, and we went on I think the Spin Saucer thing because that's
Yes.
We
usually
went
busy.
twice.
We were on that like for 5 minutes, and the only little hiccup was we had the first lightning lane was at 9 o'clock because that's the earliest you can do it, and
yeah.
it was Toy Story Mania, and it was down. And the problem with that is if it's down, usually with the lightning lane service, they'll they'll cancel it for you and give you a comparable ride, but it's a tier 2 ride, and if it goes off, then like if they give you a comparable ride, that once you sign in, you can go to any tier. But if they give you a comparable ride, we would have to wait another hour, and by then for Hollywood, like everything's out. So I was kind of like getting nervous with that. So I ended up modifying that ride. We ended up putting Frozen Ever After, which we had to kind of walk a little bit to get to that, just to sign in. We didn't even plan on going to the show,
Right.
just to sign in. They knew exactly what we were doing.
And the cast member was
like, they
totally
must do
great.
it. It's just called like a burner ride or whatever.
Yeah.
We got that. So then right after that, I was able to get Muppets, the Aerosmith one, or the old
Yeah,
Aerosmith roller coaster. And we went on everything.
We wanted.
I
we
think
went on.
We went on
the
Mickey
two-
twice. We went on Slinky. You and I went on Slinky twice. We ended up going on Rise of Resistance.
Falcon.
We went on everything. Like you know,
I think we went on every single ride.
like it was a good day.
At least
Yeah.
us two. I
Yeah,
will say.
you both did Slinky Dog.
Yeah, I had a
twice. I did it
couple
once.
highlights. First off, I want to talk about the new Muppet Rocky Roller Coaster. It's the same ride, honestly.
Which you knew, right?
Right.
Yeah, it didn't-
It's just
the
a different
ride
theme.
didn't change.
It's okay. I honestly didn't care for it as much. I felt like it was longer before. I don't know. It was okay. What did you think?
It's the same ride. I mean, and they could have done the theming, a little more of the theming.
Yeah.
Like they did some of it, but in the queue and obviously the show is, if it's the same idea. Like they're having a concert, they're trying to get to the concert.
Right.
It's just the Muppets, not Aerosmith
Right.
anymore.
Now, we went in the lightning lane queue. We didn't go in the regular queue that's longer. So I went in the hopes to watch, like, the backstory. I really wanted to see John Stamos and see, like, what the interaction was. And then she's like, "Who's John Stamos?" I was like, "Are you
know
kidding
who
me?
he
Uncle Jesse." Well, now you know. But anyways, so I really wanted to see, like, that. Neil Patrick Harris was supposed to be in it. And
It's one of those
so, but when
downfalls of
we
having
got
lightning lane, you don't wait an hour and a half.
Yeah,
for
right,
that.
Sorry,
so
Mom.
so we, which was fine because I didn't want to wait. But when we got up to the point, I just told the cast member I decided I didn't want to ride. So and then I just waited for you guys in the gift shop. So
Yeah. We did the villains
the
show.
new villain show,
Yeah,
I thought was
that was great.
amazing.
Yeah, that was
That was really fun.
Yeah, and
and the Little Mermaid one too. Those are two new shows.
right, the
there, which,
live mermaid show.
Oh, that was good.
The Ariel and Eric are actually live in it, so I thought that was really well done. Both
most
of
of those
those
are puppets too. Like a lot of the other characters, they're not like
Flounders are
animated,
puppets,
they're
Sebastian's a
puppet.
puppet.
I mean, it's they're cool off areas,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, you get that 15 minutes of cooling off. Hollywood's a very hot park.
Yes.
Yeah, we went on Tower of Terror.
Oh yeah, that was great. The villain show, I would recommend, if you have the time, to do it twice, because the different villains, you get the same set of villains, but like there's one villain that like wins the show, and sometimes you'll get like a different feel for it. We did it once, which was fun. So we saw some characters too. Olaf.
Yeah.
Mickey and
One of
Minnie.
my highlights is doing the Frozen show. That was amazing.
Yeah, that's
It
a
was the two.
The live
Yes,
show.
that was super fun to
Yeah, we
watch.
used to do that all the time when you were a kid because you were really big into Frozen. And we stopped doing it because it just was, you kind of gotten over it. And then this time we were just looking for something to do, and
And it was
it was better than
it was a very fun. The woman and man, like who are they? Like what are they?
Yeah, they're like the narrators of the story.
It was that
call
they
them
were they're hilarious.
historians. But
Yes.
they're,
Yeah. The
So yeah.
of their
Arendelle
hometown.
historians. Yeah,
Now
which
the
is-
the
like,
one.
we didn't go on the Indiana Jones, but like Hollywood has those stuff. Like that's what Hollywood's an interesting park. 'Cause it's like a more of an adult park in my opinion. It's got those big rides. Also caters to little kids with like the the Slinky.
The Toy Story Land.
But then also like you got Star Wars stuff. Like it's a lot. It's got a lot going on for it, and so
Yeah.
they have a good mix of like shows
We got-
and bigger rides. I mean, I think it's definitely, of the 4 parks, it was the one I enjoyed the most.
We got the blue milk.
Oh, the
thing.
blue, the famous.
That was actually
Did you
really
end up getting
good.
the blue milk?
from Star
Oh,
Wars.
It was
I
actually
was-
like really good. It's kind of more like a slushy.
You don't want to ruin it.
Sorry.
It's blue milk.
But
It's
it's very good.
right from a galaxy far, far
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. That definitely.
The one thing that I was really looking forward to was the new area at Hollywood Studios, the Walt Disney Studios and the Art of Animation. Unfortunately, it started to rain. Now, we had passed it, and the characters were out in the courtyard. We saw Chip and Dale, Donald Duck. They were doing, like, Chip and Dale were doing like an interactive band with cast members and guests. And but we were like on our way to another area, another ride, and I can't remember which one. So we were like, okay, we'll come back. Donald was there. I really wanted to see Pluto in his corner, but then when we worked our way back, guess what? We had a rain shower, so we didn't get to spend the time in that courtyard like I was hoping. and then of course the characters can't be outside with rain and potential of thunder and lightning. And then they're only out until I think Pluto's only out to like 4 or 4:30, and then the other characters are out a little bit longer until 5. So if you are planning on going, check it out like mid-morning, early afternoon, if that's an experience you want. Now the inside, the Art of Animation, I was under the impression that it was open already because there's a lot of new things you could do there. Like you can learn how to draw. Olaf is there. True animators are on the screen teaching you how to draw. There's other things you could do. There's like an indoor playground. And then art of animation. Just different things you can do inside. Unfortunately, that had not opened yet.
No, it's opening like late summer.
So a date was just announced, September 14th. So if you're planning on going after that, be sure to check it out. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
So
that was a Hollywood. I honestly do.
Well, there was another highlight.
The big dinner.
The big dinner.
Which again, so that's
that was amazing.
Which was a surprise because if you watched our episode that we did prior, we talked about our plans.
Yeah.
And ironically, Isabel,
I
said like,
I
wish we could do that Andy's dinner.
But you can't really book it. But my father, I think it was actually that day or the next day, he said that he booked it.
And we were like, what?
I'm so excited because that dinner, I've seen so many clips on it online where so basically they do it's Andy's coming. So everyone freezes, even the waiters and waitresses. You all freeze, and then Andy starts talking, and then he leaves, and we all have to act like toys. And it's a barbecue family
style barbecue.
It's a lot of food, but I really enjoyed my macaroni and cheese.
We're looking at each other like an inside joke.
They brought barbecue brisket, spare ribs. Other things, you enjoyed the macaroni and cheese.
That was delicious.
Again, as an adult price. So it was nice. The waiter,
our waitress was amazing.
They're very nice. I'm sure you'll talk about in another episode, but they were obviously able to accommodate Mom as far as her allergies and things like that. And again, a lot of food to eat in the middle of the day at a park. And
we had an early dinner reservation.
Yeah, it was like 4:25.
4:25,
yeah. But it went. There's nothing I really regret about Hollywood. That I would have done differently. Went on every ride we wanted to. Mom finally got to see the show she wanted to see.
Yeah, I got to see Fantasmic. These two abandoned me and went to Star Wars Land.
Yeah, that's when we went on Slinky again.
Yeah, you went on Slinky again. I guess that's when you had the blue milk, which I didn't realize you guys did until this podcast. So, but Fantasmic was amazing. What?
Nothing.
Fantasmic was amazing. I got there early, and you had to I waited, I think 45 minutes, and the woman next to me, my phone was almost dying. It was only at 30%. So it wasn't dead, but I knew I wanted to take video and take a lot of pictures. And I was and I asked the cast member that was right near me, do you have any phone chargers that I could borrow? And the lady sitting next to me, she was there with her daughter, probably a 20-something-year-old daughter. And then she heard me and let me borrow her phone charger. So I got my phone, got charged to 60. So that was super nice. See, people are kind in Disney. And,
okay, got it.
But the show was amazing. I loved it, and I sat right in front. And if you do sit in front, you're going to get the mist from the water. So I have a bunch of photos and videos.
Interesting story. Did you know that apparently one of the fireworks went?
Yes,
the show before, I think.
Right, a couple days before.
There was one of the fireworks landed in the audience and sparked. I think no one was hurt.
No one was hurt.
A scare,
it was a little shocking, but everything was fine. They didn't even stop the show. It just kept going.
I think it just fizzled out.
Yeah. So definitely, I actually do think Hollywood Studios was probably my favorite. But yeah, so starting the next day.
The next day was our second day at Epcot.
That's where my father and my father did the eating around the world.
Yeah, so Epcot, the second day was designed. We weren't going to go on a lot of the other the little rides again. I ended up kind of used a little trick with the lightning lane, but we ended up getting
We did do
so
Remy's
we had
again.
test track later in the day. Yeah, we had a test track later in the day, but then we had Remy. We were able to get Remy test track all the four majors, and that's all we cared about. So we weren't even they were all later in the day, so we were able to focus just on the countries,
Yeah.
and that's where we did the around the world, which I'm sure you guys will talk about at a different episode.
Yeah.
But I did the snacking around the world, and Isabel did the drinking the water around the world.
Yeah.
It's
So
interesting.
I'm sure you guys
Yeah,
can
check
have
out
a whole
our
episode of that,
Instagram because
yeah.
there's a video of Isabel drinking water, the free Disney water around the world. I did not participate.
Yeah,
I drank my
but
bottled
Epcot,
water.
it was fun. We looked at, we did every single country. We went on Guardians again. I didn't get the song I wanted, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Epcot, that was another good day.
Yeah, it
We
was
stayed.
amazing.
We did test track.
Yeah, finally got test track because that was kept going down in the weather, and again,
know.
anytime it's lightning or anything like that, it's gonna go down, or any wet wet as far as rain. We've ended up waiting like that last 60 minutes for, but it was we wanted to go. Oh, Isabel and I went on it. We went actually twice, but then we promised we would wait for you and go. So,
Yeah, it was
Because
it was
when you
good.
went on it the first time, I stayed and watched the
fireworks.
fireworks.
Right.
We all
So,
got
yeah.
to do what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And again, it just shows how versatile Epcot is. Because the first day we went, it was rides and we did all this stuff. The second time we focused
More
on the
relaxed,
countries.
yeah.
A lot of the people like drinking around the world and things like that. So, it's
yeah.
just a
Yeah.
Good day.
And then
Our last full
second
day,
last full day,
We went to Chef Mickey's. That was fun.
which we've experienced before, and that was
Yeah,
a
we'll
lot of
talk
fun.
about that in another episode.
But the characters were great. We did some resort hopping on the monorail. We went to Polynesian and Grand Floridian, which I enjoy. And we checked
We
out the
did
shops.
Disney Springs
We went
again.
back
We
to
went
Disney
on
Springs.
the hot air balloon.
We did the hot air balloon. Isabel and I did that.
Yeah, and that was really fun.
That was amazing.
I went swimming again.
Mm-hmm.
And then our last day, we
We left.
early.
We left.
Yep,
At 9:45, and we were home by about 4:00, and came home, and there was an air quality warning, and
I know.
we've been trapped in the house the last 3 days. So
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
okay. So
But
yeah,
we're-
that was our trip.
Yeah,
Great.
It was we had amazing time, and we're glad we went.
Yeah.
And some good quality time, new experiences, and also some of the traditions that we carried on. So
yeah.
yeah.
We're getting to the end of our episode, so we usually do Tale
Tale
of the Week.
Yes.
Would you?
Well.
I thought I was going last.
Oh, you
I
can
think
go
we'll
last.
have our guest
okay,
go last.
you can go first.
I do say that my Tale of the Week was just this past week on the hot air balloon.
Yeah.
At Disney Springs. I was scared. I was nervous. I knew you really wanted to do it. And I kept thinking, every time we've been there, I really want to try. But then I always chicken out. But I'm glad I did
it's
it.
not.
It's not as scary. And it's about an 8 to 10 minute experience. And that's from start to finish, from getting on and then like boarding and then going up. And then you're stuck. You're stuck up in the top for a few minutes, and then you slowly move down,
Yeah.
and it's a full
Nice.
8 to 10 minutes. There was the two of us, another a mom
Yep.
and daughter who was younger. I think she said she was 8, and then a couple. And you don't need it to be fully packed. You don't have to
No.
have I don't think there was a minimum. I'm not sure, but I know there's a maximum amount of people. But yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah,
We
very
got
fun.
some fun photos and videos, and I would do it again. Would you
Yeah.
do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if we can convince you to do it,
Not doing it.
but
Okay, maybe-
we had a good time.
My
your
Tale
Tale
of the
of the
Week is actually just reuniting with my cats. Myself and Minnie had a little moment yesterday. We snuggled together. I missed them. They were kind of mad at us, but we gave them some treats and they were okay.
Yeah.
But it was nice reuniting with them, and I missed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Tale of the Week actually involves the cats as well. I just want to give a shout out. We've mentioned this before, but our friend Mark Shear, he watches for part of the time he watched the cats, and he always leaves us with a
Oh,
surprise.
yes.
Like the cats and the animals and all that have a party. We always come back to a mess in our house. Streamers and empty bottles.
I
and this
honestly
and
think that this time he did a lot.
It's always a fun thing because we're always sad that day. You guys are always sad. I always worry about how, especially when you were younger, how, you leaving and like after being in Disney for all that time, and then there's that natural, like, you're on the plane, you're tired, and you come home, you're down, and that's always a fun thing to come back to, is like that little party that Mark does. He does like a little cheer up message and stuff. So again, thank you to him. It just makes a sad, depressing time a little bit more worth it. It's something to look forward to coming home.
Yeah. And we never know what to expect with his
So yeah, thanks.
party antics.
So yeah.
Well, be sure to, if you haven't already, subscribe to us on YouTube. We're trying to, build our channel over there. So ring that bell for the notifications, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be putting more photos and videos from this trip on there over time. So be sure to follow us there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have any any questions for us or topic ideas, email us, mom and daughter. DisneyDreamers@gmail.com, and
Yes.
we're looking forward to
So
sharing more.
we'll see you all soon.
Take care.
Bye.